Marlyn, can you tell us about what's the specific injury you have?
Yeah, the doctor said that my injury is in my spinal cord. It called ACI, spinal cord injury, and it is L1 T10 complete level.
Good day, Miss Leah, and to your husband. I happen to watch your videos on YouTube channel, and I'm really glad to find that there were channels like your content, finding lost loved ones. Actually, I am also looking for my long-lost father, and I haven't seen him ever since. No photos, only a nickname, and his last name. He is a Filipino. What you guys are featuring, I'm really happy about. I really hope and pray that you guys will continue your goals. So this is us getting on the ferry. Security is tight, K9 dog inspecting the bags, and you get the pat down as you get onto the ship. This is us on the way to Cagayan to go see Marlyn. Having read Marlyn's email, myself and Leah May felt compelled to travel to Cagayan in Mindanao. We just needed to find out more about Marlyn's situation and what could myself and Leah May do to help her.
We will be arriving at the port of Cagayan. Before disembarking, may we request your attention on the following guidelines.
So as you're coming off the ship in Cagayan, the men have to turn left and go down one gangway, and the women turn right and go down a different gangway. I told them I was gender neutral, but they didn't want a slice of cake of it. Mr Blair, stop messing around and go down the gangway. After leaving the port, we needed to find a jeepney and get to the city centre and find a hotel to stay for the night. I wondered to myself where this journey would lead myself and Leah May. We had left our 3 young boys with their grandparents back in Cebu, and although I didn't mention it to her, I knew Leah May was going to be anxious over the next couple of days. We checked into a budget hotel and made our way to Marlyn's house up in the mountains behind Cagayan. After living 10 years in the Philippines, this was my first time to Mindanao. It had taken 1 hour to get to Marlyn's house. We met Marlyn's mum and I wanted to find out more. And with her big smile, we met Marlyn. Marlyn, I've asked you off camera if it's okay for you to recount your accident back to me so the viewers watching can understand what happened to you and why you're in a wheelchair, and you agreed that that was no problem for you to tell me what happened.
I've met the accident when I was at the banana plantation, at the banana farm, and it was happened that there were no water left. Then I decided to climb up at the coconut around just to catch some buko or young coconut so that I can get its water to drink. But I found that there were bees up there, so I panicked. Then I get slowly down there until the half portion of the tree and then black out. When I was awake, I was at the bottom and never felt my half body anymore from waist down. It was completely paralyzed already. Then they rushed me up to the nearest hospital, and we stayed there for a couple of months until the doctor talked to my mother one day. She told my mother to rather bring me back home and spend time with me because they gave me a limit of just a year to stay alive.
If I walked into my bedroom, I would be sat on the bed within a couple of seconds. But look just how long it takes Marlyn to get from the wheelchair onto the top of her bed. And take a look closely at the bed. There's no mattress. There's only a piece of lino to cover the top of the bed. We all take it for granted just how easy it is, just to sit down, just to lie down. She's struggling. She has to lift her legs up on top of the bed and shuffle across. And this was Marlyn's daily routine.
And look at the window. Wire mesh with crisscross bamboo. A calendar hangs on the wall and a small mirror so she can do her hair. And it was extremely poignant to me. Directly outside of her window, these pigeons flew freely. I wanted to have a look more around her house. Had she even gone round the back of her house? I doubt it. It's not wheelchair accessible. The house was made of bamboo cuttings with some concrete to hold it together. The floor was muddy with little drainage. And look at the side of the walls on the house outside. There was tarp hanging to cover the gaping holes. I could only imagine what Marlyn was thinking.
If you had a dream, if you were able to go somewhere, where would you like to go? What would you like to do? For the day, what would you like to do for the day?
The beach.
Go to the beach?
I really love the sound of the waves.
Really?
It's peaceful.
Really? When was the last time you were at the beach?
I can't remember anymore. When is the last time? I can't remember anymore.
You love the sound of the waves. It's peaceful.
It's quiet.
This is the story of Marlyn, a very brave young woman.
Unsa man imong purpose nga nung pangitaon man imo imong papa?
Gusto lang jud ko nga may balaan ako kung kanang ahagid bagid ko gikan, sa jud ako ang pagkatao. Kay
Kinsa siya ana?
Kay lisod man jud nga kana bitaw murag kulang imong kaugalingon pagkatao. Nga kung asa ka gikan, kinsa imong amahan. Sukad-sukad nga. Di anak ko, wa man gid ako siya kita.
Istorya ba? Ano sa imong kuan?
Bahala ako. Sa iya, di ko niya madawat. Kung makita ko niya, pero gusto lang na ako nga mamit na ko siya, makita na ko siya kung sa gyud kung kinsa siya, buhi ba siya o Murang gid akong pangandoy sukad sa una. Tibok na akong kinabuhi na eh. Pangandoy ko unta makita na ko siya. Kung kinsa man ang nakaila, kung naamang galing nakaila, kang Cocoy or Macoy Macadato, kay mura mo gid akong nahibalaan nga ang pangalan, Cocoy or Macoy Macadato. Nga unta makaibalo siya nga na ako nga gusto pud nako nga makita siya ug mamit nako siya kay sukad sa akong sukad sa gamay pa ko wala pa ko'y tuig nga nagkabulag mi bulagin ako siya nakita bisag picture wala gid ko laing information sa iya pero kung naaman galing nakaila sa iya ha nga makahatag og informasyon sa amo nga unta makaibalo siya nga gusto ko nako siya mamit gusto nako siya makita.
As you can see, guys, this is Marlyn's house, constructed of wood and bamboo and sharp metal here, and you can see the floor, you can see the pathway full of stones and rubble, absolutely not accessible for a wheelchair to go out of the house. It's just impossible for Marlyn to even come out of where she's living, and it really makes me emotional. Look at where she's living. Leah May is going to go to the DSWD on Monday, which is the Department of Social welfare and development, and hopefully Leah May will be able to get something done about Marlyn's situation living here. At least some monthly help with her needs, doctor's appointments, changing the catheter, those sort of medical requirements that somebody with a in a wheelchair, a paraplegic, would need. When was the last time you were at the beach?
I can't remember anymore. When is the last time? I can't remember anymore.
Upon leaving, Marlyn and her mother, myself and Leah May, caught a taxi back to Cagayan de Oro City. Amazingly, this taxi driver lived in the same area as Marlyn and promised us that he would pick us up the next day and help take Marlyn to the beach.
So roughly, how much would that cost?
Roughly kay haya ka ng kilometros ma-estimate man na nimo.
Myself and Leah May were skeptical, as we had had trouble in the past with taxi drivers in the Philippines. Maybe this guy was going to follow through on his promise.
400.
As I looked out the window at the sun setting, I prayed that tomorrow was going to be a good day. The next day we decided to try our luck and get to see Mayor Clarex Oy, the Mayor of Cagayan de Oro City.
Giving us some face masks because we can't get in to see the mayor unless we have some face masks. So
we hoped that he would help us in the search for Marlyn's father.
Can I wear my hat?
Yeah.
Is that okay, sir?
Yes.
They don't usually see me. They told me to take my hat off, but I didn't want to be rude. So I'm here this afternoon in Cagayan de Oro City with the Mayor, Mayor Clarex.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for seeing myself and Leah May at such short notice. We came from Cebu. I have a YouTube channel, and there's a young lady, her name is Marlyn, she's 37, and she's trying to reconnect with her father. She lost her father when she was 1 year old, and her father is from Marawi.
How old is she?
She is 37.
37. So
Yes, sir.
36 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Until now,
She has never seen her father. I'm approaching you maybe for some advice or for some help from your office. Do you know if somebody could maybe call Marawi City Hall, and if we could maybe search to see if the father's still alive? We have his name.
Yeah.
And then
So just leave the name of the father.
Yes.
And just inform April. No?
Yes, maybe
Which is
somebody-
in charge of the media.
Okay, if you're thinking of coming to the Philippines, I highly recommend that you visit Cagayan de Oro. It's a beautiful town, beautiful city, the city of golden friendship. Thank you.
The wonderful mayor of the city had promised us he was going to help. He sent us into the next office to see his assistant, who was also very keen to help our cause in help Marlyn find her father.
Reach out to you guys and ask for help in finding his father,
Yes.
who is actually from Marawi,
Yes.
right?
I was very proud of ourselves at what we had managed to achieve in just 2 days.
We're hoping that if his daughter makes contact with him, he may want to reunite with his daughter.
And once again, everyone was just so very helpful to this cause.
Mga request sa doktor nga kinahanglan kanang i-undergo lugar ang mga laboratory.
I'm in CSWD here in Cagayan de Oro. I met Mr. Jetro. He's really helpful. He's giving us an advice where we go to, which organization we go to about Marlyn's finding a job, because Marlyn's wanted to find a job, and also which organization we're gonna go to about like some food facts about her. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna go to next.
Emboldened, Leah May took me to Macasandig to speak to the lady there to help Marlyn get the medical attention that she requires. At the back of my mind, I was excited that we were going to try and get Marlyn out of the house and down to the beach with the taxi driver, although I was worried that he may not turn up. Leah May sat down with the ladies in the office and proceeded to tell them about Marlyn.
Marlyn can go to the nearest health center in their barangay, and there is a free check-up there, and then if there is a doctor prescription that she needs like vitamins or any medical stuff, they need to come here and they just cover it for free, minimum of worth 1,000.
See the name behind me, Barangay Macasandig, and Leah May has gone inside and spoken about Marlyn's issues with finding work, and Ma'am has been very helpful in helping Leah May, and they're going to take up Marlyn's case to help her find some paid work.
After an exhausting day going from office to office, it was time for me and Leah May to call it a day. And I just hoped that tomorrow I'd be able to get Marlyn down to the beach. So we're on our way back to Marlyn's house. It's the next morning. We're going to surprise her. We booked a taxi and we're going to take her to the beach in Cagandioro. Her wish really touched myself and Leah May, so we're going to make it happen for her, give her one day out, a special treat. I know she's going to really appreciate it. She's going to really enjoy it. Keep watching as we take her to the beach today, guys. It's going to be fun. We're here at Marlyn's house. Come on, let's go. What an incredible journey that we had been through so far. And I couldn't wait to tell Marlyn that we were taking her out for the day. I wondered how she would react.
Are you ready to go to the beach today? Yes. You're going to the beach.
The taxi driver told us that, oh, I know the beach here around in Cagayan. We can take you tomorrow. Just grab my number and we just make it happen.
How do you feel about that?
That would be great.
Excited?
I would love to go to the beach.
Awesome.
We show you the Marlyn's wheelchair. It's really broken. So this like the tie here, it's really broken here. Like look, her back part is coming out here and there's no more brake. Look, it's broken. And this one is like only one left. It should be two there. It's really like
okay, so there's one footrest and the other one's completely snapped off.
Yeah, so every time she go out the house, because there's no brake, she needs to hold on this one because she's scared that she's gonna roll down there. Yeah, so this one should be replaced.
We're going to make it happen here on the Leah and Blair Slog, guys. Thank you for your support.
We cannot make this without you guys. Thank you.
You waiting for the taxi, young lady?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the taxi. We have a taxi coming because it's hard for Marlyn to travel with a jeepney.
It's impossible.
It is. That's why she never go out. She never go out. She just stay in the house because of the transportation.
I was getting concerned. Was the taxi driver Joseph gonna turn up as promised? For so long, this young lady had never been outside of her house.
So the taxi's just arrived. Four-wheel drive required going over a massive piece of boulder.
And here she was, a broad smile on her face, excited to be getting out of the house in the first time in years. Inside, my heart was bursting.
For one day, we're taking Marlyn out, away from this situation, and we're going to have some fun down on the beach in Cagandioro. She deserves it. Years and years stuck in the house. She never goes out anywhere.
And through the power of social media, we were doing something right. Even just getting up onto the road was difficult, but we weren't gonna give up.
So, in the front or in the back?
On my own personal journey, new doors were beginning to open. And it was an awesome feeling being able to help others.
Alright.
Awesome.
Just look at what happens to the wheelchair as Joseph picks it up to put it in the back of the taxi.
So you can see the wheelchair's falling apart, guys.
Yep, a new wheelchair was going to be one of our first priorities. It was time to get this journey underway.
Yes, thank you, Lord.
To the beach.
And off we set down the mountain for the next 45 minutes, heading towards Bon Bon Beach in Cagandioro. I had not seen these types of tricycles in the Philippines. Marlyn was already capturing the moments for a day that she was never gonna forget. Marlyn was seeing the sea for the first time in so many years. no words were needed. Marlyn said to Leah May she was starting to tear up. And I think we all shed a tear that day.
Why are you crying?
I don't know. I just feel the waves maybe.
The sound.
Yeah.
You haven't heard this sound for so long. You haven't seen it for so long.
Yeah. So long.
So guys, we made it. Kuya Joseph in the taxi driver took us down. We're here in Bonbon Beach in Cagandioro with Marlyn. Her wheelchair made it, even though it's broken. We managed to get down onto the beach. Her dream has come true. We made it on the Leah and Blair Slog. Woohoo!
Yeah.
And so it was time to see what we can do to help Marlyn. Myself and Leah May had to return to Cebu. But we're going to be coming back in 2 weeks. And that's when we're going to surprise Marlyn with your help. Marlyn is looking for her long-lost father, Cocoy Macadato. Her mum, Didi, lost contact with him over 37 years ago. Marlyn has been a paraplegic from the age of 11. Her life is not easy. And stuck in a wheelchair since she was 11, she desperately wants to meet her father. Marlyn reached out to the Leah and Blair Slog to help find her father.
Unsa man imong purpose nga nung pangitaon man imo imong papa?
Kay Sud man jud nga kana bitaw murag kulang imong kaugalingong pagkatao.
We asked the local mayor, but he couldn't find him.
Hello, this is Marawi Police Station. Ma'am, can you help us to find someone?
Asa kagikan? Kasi mga mahal.
Cocoy, maybe you can help us finding Marlyn's father in Marawi.
Sukat-sukat nga. Si anak ko, maghinap siya kita.
We received a tip that he was on the island of Mindanao in the Philippines. So we had to catch the overnight ferry from Cebu to Mindanao. There, we will be travelling to the war-torn city of Marawi. In 2017, local militant group laid siege to this once beautiful city. And we are going there to try and find Marlyn's father.
Now we've arrived in Cagandioro. We're about to proceed all the way to Marawi City. Hopefully, we'll find Marlyn's father. We've got 48 hours. Now we've met some nice people on the ferry and they've offered to give us a lift to Islamic City. So we found our lift. This is Jed that we met at the port of Cebu whilst we were waiting for the ferry to come to Cagandioro, and they very kindly invited us in their car to head towards Islamic City. So thank you, Jed. Thank you so much. Filipino kindness on full display.
Our special contact, Cocoy, a Muslim from Marawi, was due to be meeting us in Islamic City.
Thank you so much for the lift. We appreciate it.
No, for good people, of course.
So when we arrive in Islamic City, we're then going to catch the bus from...
No more bus, van to Marawi.
Okay, so we're going to be catching the van from Islamic City to Marawi. How long does that take, Kuya?
About 35 to 45 minutes.
So Bob, you're in contact with Cocoy now?
Yes, he's on his way to Iligan right now and meet us.
To Marawi?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're doing. And hopefully, we're gonna meet Marlyn's father in Marawi.
It's been 6 years since ISIS laid siege to Marawi, and even now the Australian and American embassies still warn their citizens not to travel there.
So they're refusing our gasoline money.
We offer help. It looks like you bribed us on that point. Kunin nyo pasalubong.
Salamat kaayo.
What's that for?
This is for them. This is bibingka. That's one of the delicacy in Iligan. So we buy it for a pasalubong as well. And then they both ask for
Oh
us.
wow, nice. Thank you.
This father and son from Mindanao had shown myself and Leah May true Filipino kindness and wanted nothing in return. We were now approaching Iligan bus terminal. There were so many jeepneys just sitting there with so few people. Perhaps they were there because nobody wanted to travel to Marawi. And there he was, our guide, Cocoy.
Hello, my name is Blair.
I am Cocoy. Kami taga-Iligan po. Taga-Iligan mo. Tandanan po rin. Okay.
Bye guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Amping.
Bye-bye.
Did myself and Leah May fully understand what we were getting ourselves into? We were going to find out.
Here, 3. 3 of us here.
Okay.
Okay, we will wait for the other
fill up.
to fill up, okay?
No problem.
I'll pray first, okay?
As we boarded the van, the driver couldn't believe that he was seeing a white foreigner travelling to Marawi City. As I looked out of the window, I fully understood I was in this part of Muslim Mindanao.
So we're in the van. Cocoy's gone off for his afternoon prayer and we're at the Iligan van terminal waiting for it to fill up, and then we'll head to Marawi City. Kuya, how long does it take to going to Marawi?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And 150 pesos each.
Our contact was back fresh from his afternoon prayer and was keen to show us what he had found on Marlyn's father.
So this is the national ID.
This is the national ID that was posted in the page of the barangay.
Yeah.
Pagalamatan.
And it's unclaimed, and then
unclaimed. And then my wife saw this Macadato. He texted the secretary of the barangay chairman. Can you please send me the...
Where is his name? Oh, there. Macadato.
It was incredible to me that he had this information. Was this Muslim man really helping us from the kindness of his heart? We were going to find out. Keep watching the Leah and Blair Slog.
That is the national ID.
Right.
So when we got the picture, he edited with the picture of Marlyn. There's a lot of similarities, you can see.
Yeah.
So when I arrived the following day, I go directly to the mosque, Pagalamatan, looking for the chairman. I asked him about Cocoy. He said he was my uncle. I said, and he said, yeah, he has mole. Yes, yes.
Right.
Then can you please accompany me? Then we go to his house. First time I saw him, I said, this is the father.
Wow.
And then I talked to him, I said, can you remember a name, Didi?
He's look at you.
Yeah, and then
Is he shocked?
Yes, and then I show him the picture you sent me. A picture
of Marlyn's mother.
Marlyn's
mother when she's young.
Yeah.
Didi.
Yeah.
Didi.
They call him her Didi.
This one. When he saw this picture,
Really?
I still remember. He said his hair was curl.
Really?
He said, yeah. And then I said, do you remember your daughter? Yes. Said, is it true that when he gave birth after 1 year, he ran away? He said, no, he didn't run away. He asked permission that they will go to his relative, to head to their relative.
So thank you so far, Cocoy, for helping us to find.
It's my pleasure, madam. It's my pleasure.
Like without you, we cannot find him. We can't.
It is all Allah's will.
Somebody is guiding the van. Sige, we're off to Marawi to meet Marlyn's father.
exciting and nervous at the same time.
I want to see the reaction of my lead.
Yeah.
Surprise, hindi niya alam.
Really, if when they already, I want to see it.
I guess we just need to confirm for ourselves. So Cocoy was just telling me that when he met Marlyn's father and the father confirmed he knew Marlyn and he was the father, Cocoy was saying he was getting a bit of a tear in his. You were very emotional. Because you've been looking for a couple of days, right?
Only couple of 4 days.
4 days.
But it's like I'm already obsessed to to find the father of Alhamdulillah.
Because we asked you and then you say that it became like an obsession for you. You don't want to let this girl down.
I want to succeed. I really want to. I said to myself, I cannot only find him if he's already dead.
Exactly. So guys, you can see that looking for long lost fathers, it's a very emotional roller coaster. But when you do find them, something touches your heart and you know that you're helping someone else reconnect with their long lost loved ones.
Myself and Leah May just couldn't let this girl Marlyn down. This man Cocoy seemed believable. I was putting my faith into him that he would lead us to Marlyn's father in Marawi. All of a sudden I was told to put the camera down by the driver. This was a big wake-up call for me. The armed forces of the Philippines are still patrolling Marawi City. Myself and Leah May looked at one another. Was this still going to be safe for us to continue? I was shocked at the amount of destruction that had occurred here in 2017. Having passed through ground zero, we were now approaching our contact safe house. The road was bumpy and there was a thunderstorm over ahead. I was getting looks from people who had never seen a white foreigner. As I got out of the tricycle, someone ushered to me to keep the camera low.
This is my place. Maglalakad tayo kasi may lambayan dyan.
Have you paid?
Tawagin ko lang muna ang asawa ko.
Have you paid, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
Nagbayad yan. This is my place. Ha? Oh, yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
May on hapon. Ako si Blair.
hey, the one natin.
Our contact Cocoy had assured my wife Leah May of our safety whilst we were there.
So Cocoy's taking us now to Marlyn's father's house.
The kids were shouting to their parents to come out into the street. There was an Americano outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is the way.
So we're just a couple of minutes away now. Walked through the local barangay. Lots of stares at myself, being a white foreigner. Lots of them have never seen a foreigner here in their parts before. Coming up the stairs. G'day, Mrs. Duck. And walking through the field now, trying to find Marlyn's father's house. Out of breath. Lake Lanao in the distance behind me.
Hoping Cocoy Macadato is in the house so that we're gonna meet him and confirm if he is indeed Marlyn's father.
This is the culmination of 2 months of searching on behalf of Marlyn, who reached out to us on our YouTube channel, asking us if we could please try to help her father, who she's never seen, never met. I just need to turn off the camera just to make sure it's okay to film. I'll come back on again when we've spoken. Fingers crossed. Is it okay? Okay to record?
Okay lang mag-record. Itanong daw. Okay lang. It's okay daw.
So, Leah May, it's okay to record?
Yeah. We asked permission and they said okay.
Hello, sir. Mayan hapon. Ako si Blair. Blair.
Ako si Leah. Taga Cebu.
Sir, we come from Cebu all the way to Mindanao to find you.
Ay bu, akya sungiran siya, makapupunjiran sa Cebu, akya sungiran siya sa Mindanao, nasa babusa ka ito nairarka.
Marlyn is contact us on our YouTube channel because we're finding lost fathers. As I promised Marlyn, because she reached out to me saying help me find my father, so I have to help Marlyn. I'm watching another YouTube channel and his name is Harry Jagard and he has Sir Cocoy's contact number, so my asawa called Cocoy maybe 1 week ago to ask him to help us find you.
And it was up to Leah May to find out if he was Marlyn's father.
So asawa niya si Siti.
Oh, yan.
Mangod ni Siti si Bibut.
Oh. Yan yung mga pangalan na na-mention niya.
Ano mamu asawa Bibut?
Alam mo ba na yung anak mo hinanap ka niya?
Di ka niya hindi babanugod.
Yung ni wanta ka.
Gusto kanyang makita kasi sa emotional.
Okay.
Sa 37 years old na hindi kanya nakita. Gusto kanyang makita. Yan yung wish niya na gusto niya makita yung papa niya, yung Cocoy Macadato.
Thank you, Leah and Blair, for visiting me. Hopefully, someone can help me to find my father. His name is Cocoy or Macoy Macadato. He lives in Sagyaran, Marawi.
I am a grown man, but I was in tears watching this unfold.
Kanang unsa man imong purpose nganong pangitaon man nimo imong papa?
Ay, lisod man jud nga kanang bitong murag kulang imuhang kaugalingon pagkatao. asa kagikan. Kasi mga mahal. Sukad-sukad nga. Di anak ko, magina ko siya kita.
After 2 months of searching, we had found Marlyn's father.
We want to bring you to Cagandioro because it's too difficult, Mahira, it's too difficult for Marlyn to coming here. It's so far for her sitting down because she's in a wheelchair. So maybe the journey will take 2 to 3 hours.
I am telling him, my friend, these guys, you two guys, came all the way from Cebu only for this moment. No lunch, no merienda,
no sleep, no stop.
We just
because we want to find you.
We discussed and we planned that tomorrow early morning. So we're gonna stay here in Marawi for one night, me and Blair, and then tomorrow early morning we're leaving, going to Cagayan and reunite Cocoy Macadato and Marlyn, his daughter, for 37 years.
She was paralyzed in a freak accident aged 11. And she contacted our YouTube channel 2 months ago, asking for our help to find someone. Coming up in the Leah and Blair Slog, this is how we found Marlyn's father in the Islamic City of Marawi. And today, what you've all been waiting for, this is Marlyn's story. For 37 years, she's never seen her father. We are going to reunite Marlyn with her long-lost father, Cocoy Macadato. Join us on this final, epic episode. And after 2 months of searching, we have found her father.
So guys, we're back at Marlyn's house. She thinks that we're bringing the wheelchair with us today. We've got that ordered, but now we'll just go down and tell Marlyn that we found her father. Let's go. 37 years, guys.
Coming up, Marlyn is about to see her father for the first time in 37 years.
Marlyn, what do you remember about your father, Cocoy? Do you have any memories? How old were you?
I was only a month.
Oh, only 1 month.
And I can't remember anything.
Did you ever see any pictures?
No, nothing.
What do you think that you would say to him if you find him? What would you say to your father?
I really want to know if he was thinking of me or he's like...
Leah May is about to tell Marlyn that we have found her father.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we traveled from Cebu to Cagayan, Cagayan to Iligan, and Iligan to Marawi to meet and see and confirm that Cocoy Macadato is he your father. So we went to their house.
Telling somebody is always very emotional.
He confirmed. And he remember you. He remembered the name that is giving to you, and he's saying that in the video how he pronounced it, Jamaila. And you're 10 years old. You're 10 months old when your mom bring you to Cagayan. Cagayan, Kanituan. And he wanted to come here and find you, and he always playing in his head that he wanna find his daughter. He's thinking about you all the time. Yeah.
And how would Marlyn react to this video?
Can you press that button?
Oh, yan. Oh, yan yung mga pangalan na na-mention niya. Alam mo ba na yung anak mo, hinanap ka niya? Gusto gusto kanyang makita kasi sa 37 years old na hindi kanya nakita. Gusto kanyang makita.
This was the moment in Marawi that Leah May confirmed that Cocoy Macadato was Marlyn's father. And Marlyn was looking at her father for the first time in 37 years. And all of Marlyn's pain was on full display, coming out after seeing her father. Marlyn, I've got some news for you, okay? If you'd like to take a look at this picture. Do you recognise the person in the picture? That's our guide, Cocoy, and that's your father, and he's on his way to see you now. Your father's coming here now. We've just got notice that he's on his way. They've left Marawi. Our awesome guide, Cocoy, has helped your father get into the van, and they're on their way here now. And he's on his way. After 37 years, your father's on his way to see you. She tells her mother he's coming. Your father's coming here now. Are you ready to meet your father?
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah. I am there.
We had just surprised Marlyn with the biggest shock of her life. How are you feeling?
I can't understand my feeling, to be honest, but this is like how many times like we did it reunion, but it still like gets me, you know. The feeling is it makes emotional, like you don't know if you need to pee or something. Like I feel like I am the daughter meeting my father for the first time. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Same.
Yeah.
That feeling of nervousness and excitement at the same time.
Yeah.
Now that we've told Marlyn and her mum that Marlyn's father's on his way, Marlyn's raced back off into the house and she's getting changed. She wants to change her outfit to look good for her long lost father, coming to see her after 37 years. The two girls are chit-chatting to each other really quickly in fast language, like, what do we do? Where do we go? How do we do this? So just unbelievably awesome. Marlyn, your father's here. I'm just going up to greet them. This unbelievable moment of a daughter meeting her father for the first time was about to play out. Guys, Marlyn's father's just arrived in the taxi. Let's go. He was here, Cocoy Macadato, although he looked nervous. The moment had arrived. Marlyn looked up and saw her long-lost father walking towards her. He had travelled across the mountains to see his long-lost daughter, and the last time he had seen her was when she was just a baby. Would there be a language barrier? Would they understand each other? Perhaps that just didn't matter. As he got closer, he stared intently into her eyes.
Mama. Gigi. Nai mong papa. Unsay mong ngalan mong papa?
Marlyn hugged him intently. These two beautiful people had lost contact, but now they were finally together.
Want to brato at tuluka bulan.
Cocoy Macadato placed his hand on his daughter's head, and I think only then did he realize his daughter was in a wheelchair. He crouched down on the floor and intently checked her legs and feet. Marlyn said, "It's my dream to meet you. I will show you my ID," he said, and he passed it to her. A real name, a real identification card that Marlyn could hold and read her father's name with a photograph. Her father, Cocoy Macadato. I have been waiting a long time for this moment to meet you, she said. Yes, for 37 years she had been waiting for this very special moment. It was awkward between him and Marlyn's mother. Then he ushered his son to greet Marlyn. Marlyn didn't even know she has brothers and sisters. And her new brother Imran embraces her warmly. Did you remember the national ID card that her father showed her? Well, Marlyn was still clutching this card in her hands, rubbing her thumb over his photograph. She explains, I have a problem doing a pee, and that's why I use a catheter.
So yun, it's first time Cocoy Macadato traveling to Cagayan.
Okay.
So it's his first time here,
right,
just to meet his daughter that he's wanting to meet since for a long time.
Well, we made it on the Leah and Blair Slog.
Yeah, it's impossible, but we did it without the help of the people around us. Kuya Cocoy, with a big heart, that giving his time to find Marlyn's father.
He's not sleeping last night?
No sleep. No sleep last night. Me, full of sleep because of the...
Because you showing us around Marawi.
And because of him, we reunite the father and daughter for the 37 years.
I am very happy. Very, very happy. It's a dream come true. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Cocoy, can you ask Sir Cocoy how he's feeling? Full of relief, he said.
Full of relief.
Relief.
Maybe happiest moment of his life.
Yeah.
In his life.
So
you cannot explain the feeling. I know that. You cannot explain. Both of them. Allah's plan. Believe me, my friend. Everything. Lahat ng nangyayari.
Thank you so much.
Lahat ng nangyayari because of the...
This is the man that we reach out to, Marlyn, and he's the one going around. You saw him coming down, Marlyn, your father, when you saw him walking. Is he like you imagine? Did you imagine your father to look like this? Or you have a different...
No, all I felt was I really want to go after her.
You really want to run to him?
Nothing else in my mind.
His father requesting they will eat in one plate.
Oh wow. So guys, the love of the father, he wants to sit close with Marlyn and eat from the same plate. Marlyn was overcome with emotion by this gesture from her father. This morning she had woke up thinking the day was just going to be like any other day, but she would probably remember this day for a very, very long time. In fact, she would probably never ever forget this day. As they sat there eating, Cocoy told me something. He's saying sorry for the lost time.
Ano yung nabaliwala sa English?
Like,
I abandoned you. I abandoned you for...
This proud Mindanao Muslim man had accepted his daughter and sat with Marlyn, catching up on lost years.
He's the man.
No, you're the man. You're the man.